It's a dramatic twist in the Bengaluru road rage case involving Indian Air Force Wing Commander Shiladitya Bose. New CCTV footage shows that the officer was the one who was initiating the assault, contradicting his earlier claims. The incident, which took place near Tin Factory Junction, had initially sparked outrage, with the officer alleging that he was attacked by a biker in a case of language-based abuse. However, CCTV footage on your screens now paints a different picture. The visuals show Wing Commander Bose engaging in a heated argument with the biker before launching an attack, even as locals tried to defuse the situation. The situation reportedly de-escalated briefly, but the officer allegedly re-engaged the biker and assaulted him a second time. The altercation happened while the officer's wife, squadron leader Madhumita, was driving him to the airport. He had earlier released a video with blood visible on his face, claiming that he was assaulted after a language dispute. But now a counter complaint filed by the biker's family and the new footage have led to an FIR against Wing Commander Bose. The biker, Vikas Kumar, is currently out on bail. His lawyer says a B report should be filed to clear him and that the officer should be arrested for attempt to murder. Meanwhile, pro-Kannada activists protested outside the Bayapanahalli police station, demanding action. Karnataka Rakshana Vedike also demanded strict action. KRV has warned of statewide protests if justice is not delivered. Meanwhile, Karnataka's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah also weighed in, criticizing Wing Commander Bose for unfounded accusations against Kannadigas. Now, before we get the special guests joining us on the broadcast, let's first listen into an exclusive conversation between my colleague Mohammad Wajula with the road rage victim Vikas.
ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆಯವರು 2 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ತೀರ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು, ನನ್ನ ತಾಯಿ ಇಬ್ಬರೇ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನ ತಾಯಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊತಿದ್ದೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೂ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ದಿನ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ, ತನಿಖೆ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಮಿಷನರ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ನನಗೊಂದು ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನು ವರಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ನಿನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನನ್ನ ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳೋದು, ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನನಗೆ HR ಅವರು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೆಂಗೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಹೋಗೋ ಥರ ಆಗಿದೆ ನನ್ನ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇವಾಗ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ವಿಂಗ್ ಕಮಾಂಡರ್, ಏರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿಂಗ್ ಕಮಾಂಡರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಿದಾರಲ್ವಾ, ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಏನು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದು ನಾನು ತೊಗೊತೇನೆ, ನಾನು ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಬ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆನೆಸ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 5 ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಕನ್ನಡ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್, ಹಿಂದಿ, ತಮಿಳ್, ತೆಲುಗು 5 ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿರೋದು, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನ ನಡೆಸೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು 5ರಿಂದ 6 ಭಾಷೆ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಅವರೊಂದು ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರೇ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಲ್ಲೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು.
Because can you tell us what happened with you, sir, on that day?
That day, nothing. I was just going to give my bike to my friend's house. I was riding his bike. So our lady ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, she was the one who touched the car.
Okay.
ಕಾರ್ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರ ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದವ್ರು ಅವ್ರು ಇಳಿದು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಕಾರಿಂದ ಇಳಿದು. ಸೊ ದ ಮಿನಿಟ್ he got down, started attacking me. Started questioning him, what did I do, why are you hitting me ಅಂತ. So he never spoke back, he never said anything. He just kept on assaulting on me. So by then the public came to to sort the issue, but he didn't stop even then. Then he took my phone, he threw it away, he took my keys and threw it away. And then after that, everything.
Okay, and he then made a video saying that you started hitting him, you said some DRDO, then a language issue.
I don't want to talk much.
I understand. Now, what do you have to say to him when he said this?
Just because you asked, I've told you. You have all the footages, you have all the CCTV footages, everybody has it. That is very evident to see who's hidden whom, who's got hit by whom, So I don't think so I'll have to sit and confront or
100% Vilas. And the last question, Vilas, I just want to ask you, now how do you respond to that person who has said something so wrong or try to create a narrative like this? What would you respond to him?
I'm extremely sorry. I don't want to talk anything about that right now.
Okay.
I am out of
I
my mind
completely
from
understand.
yesterday.
I completely
I've,
understand.
I've got police fed me the food and everything, but still, my mind is not good. The police took really good care of me.
Mm.
This is the first time I'm seeing that police taking such good care. I'm really I'm so thankful to the Bayapalli police station and everyone. But for now,
Absolutely.
I don't want to talk anything much. I'm so sorry. You
All
can have a
right.
nice time. Yeah,
I thank
thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
And now we have Mr. KV Lakshmana, senior journalist, and Mr. Sandeep Aniruddhan, activist, joining us on this broadcast. Thank you both of you for taking time out to be with us. Quickly, I'm going to ask you an initial reaction, Mr. KV Lakshmana. The fact that it sounds so devious that the person, Wing Commander Bose over here, tried to attempt to turn it into a language row when clearly it had nothing to do with the language.
Absolutely. And this is not the first time. There have been other instances also. But this one is so violent. He is behaved like a roadside gunda rather than an officer. I mean, it is shocking that an officer can behave like this. I'm sure the Air Force officers and the authorities are taking a good look at the videos, and it is not for nothing that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has come out criticizing the officer for defaming the entire state and also Kannadigas in general, painting them as if they are violent people who don't know Hindi or who don't want to know Hindi. But the conversation with Vikas, your colleague, had clearly shows that he knows 6 languages. I'm sure the Air Force officer doesn't know even 2 or 3.
Absolutely. Sandeep, Aniruddhan, this is a very dangerous trend, isn't it? One is the fact that there's the rising road rage incidents in Bengaluru. First, all the stories are about the traffic horrors of Bengaluru. Now, all stories are not about the traffic horrors, but possibly the impact that the traffic horrors is creating. All these road rage incidents, one after the other, multiple in the recent past. That is a worrying trend. And second is people, whenever there's something wrong, or something goes wrong, people using the language plank and blaming that, it's Bengaluru people, they want only Kannada, it is their fault, that kind of, allegations being levied.
Krishna, thanks for having me on your show. See, the incident, let us admit, is not in black and white. For example, we have no footage on when the altercation started. It is from what we heard yesterday, the bike rider was driving in the wrong direction, which is what actually started off this altercation. Now, who said what to whom and how, who responded, we have no clue. But all said and done, the footage shows the wing commander in bad light because he is extremely aggressive. Was that kind of aggression justified? That is going to be a key point. But this is hiding a lot of other issues because this has taken this term. Because it's taken this turn, we are actually moving away from the real reasons, why road rage happens, as you rightly put, and what contributes to it, and then the general trend of lawlessness on Bengaluru street. For example, literally on every road, people are driving in the wrong direction. I myself have faced a situation where I'm driving in the right direction. A person was driving drunk in the wrong direction. He comes and crashes into my car, and then he starts an altercation with me and comes and starts fighting with me. Thankfully, the crowd that day supported me and held him back. So I was lucky in that instance.
Sandeep,
In this
before you
instance,
go
I
any
don't know what
further,
happened.
this is not, I've been visiting Bengaluru for the last 30 to 40 years. And I come from Chennai, and Bengaluru is known for how the people are, if I may use the term, soft in the sense they're polite, and how they deal with everything on the roads. There's never a ruckus. This seems to be a new version of Bengaluru that seems to have emerged.
Krishna, this is becoming commonplace. If you're not aware, this is becoming extremely commonplace. And I think there are two factors to it. One is the extreme congestion on the roads and the poor condition of the road. This is leading to a lot of frustration among riders and drivers. And that, I think, is translating into road rage. The primary culprit in this is the BBMP. They want to launch some 1.5 lakh crore projects which nobody wants, some outlandish products like tunnels and elevated corridors, but they don't maintain the basic roads which exist. Is it so difficult to maintain a road pothole free? Is it so difficult for the traffic police to do regular enforcement and ensure that nobody violates the laws? If you drive on any street in Bengaluru today, half the traffic seems to be driving in the wrong direction. You'll find vehicles coming towards you from all directions. Is that acceptable? I mean,
Right.
why can't the traffic police prevent that? If they enforce that, this incident would not even have happened. These fights generally break out because people are driving the wrong direction, then it leads to an accident, then they start shouting and yelling at each other. Maybe somebody takes offense. That's what I meant to say. I don't know what that person said.
Okay.
Who said what to whom. And then it leads to bigger things. And literally every day you see on Twitter, there is one trending post of some sort of road rage, some sort of gang activity, some sort of intimidation, some sort of what do you call that? Some of it is just to take money from people. It's
Right.
sort of an extortion operation. This is becoming commonplace. I mean, the government has to step in and do something. What is the Home Ministry doing? What is the traffic department doing?
Yeah,
They should
I
do
was just about to say,
preventive.
Mr. K.V.
And
Lakshmana,
arguing about
things
the
have
data.
reached a point where, you have the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah himself intervening in this particular incident, putting out a post on social media platform X, criticizing the Air Force Wing Commander Shiladitya Bose, and in fact taking a side over here, clearly saying the fact that this case is not what we thought it was when the first video of the Wing Commander came out. So if the Chief Minister is going to intervene like this in the with the help of social media, there needs to be greater intervention on the ground. Because this is not the first incident of road rage, isn't it, Mr. K.V. Lakshmana?
Absolutely. You're bang on. And my previous panelist was also right. But it is not just specific to Bengaluru. Traffic is bad in Hyderabad, traffic is bad in Delhi. I mean, there are three hours waiting traffic jams in Delhi and Gurgaon border. I mean, you are stuck. I mean, that doesn't mean everybody goes out of the car and bashes up the next person available. I mean, okay, yes, there is some footage of what happened previous. That way, it will also come out. I mean, rest assured. But here you are seeing a well-built man smashing a man half his size and a civilian. And also then twisting the entire thing, concocting a story and bringing in issues that can lead to social and communal clashes. I mean, he's playing with language issue, which is very, very dangerous. And it is unfortunate that people who are coming from outside of Bengaluru, I'm also one of them, but treating Bengaluru like nobody's business. I mean, you just expect the locals to speak the people who are coming from outside in their language. I mean, this is something that people clearly, the outsiders, I mean, especially he's serving in the defense forces, Hindi must have been the lingua franca, although he's a Bengali. But here is a person, our customer delivery boy, who speaks 5-6 languages. Almost everybody does in Bengaluru. Language has never been the problem. But ever since large number of North Indians who are coming here, they treat it as an entitlement that everybody else should learn Hindi because Hindi is the so-called national language, which it is not.
Yes.
Their education is poor. They don't know that it is just one of the two official languages of India. And every time, and these problems have been increasing. It's not just on the road. See, the issue is that in a bank, the officer yells at people, local Kannadigas, who have every right to banking service in a language that they know. They have been asked to get out of the bank unless they don't know Hindi.
Right.
Also
Sandeep
that
Aniruddhan, that's exactly what I was trying to, understand, because if he concocted a story, and there's a twist because of CCTV footage, all of that even is straightforward. But the fact that he concocted a story about the language row, which is already simmering, it's an issue that's simmering on the surface. And that's dangerous. That's a dangerous precedent.
Absolutely.
Krishna,
And
see,
it's,
we don't have conclusive footage which shows when the fight started and how it started. So we really don't know who's right about that. It's basically one person's stand against another.
That's fine,
So
Sandeep,
unless
but
you
why
have
take the
conclusive-
language issue? Why take the language issue? I mean,
See, what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to be fair. What if he's actually right that the person actually raised the language issue, or maybe refused to communicate in any other language except Kannada, and which basically he couldn't understand what was going on? It's quite possible. What I'm saying is, we don't have footage on that. We don't have footage of how the fight
Okay,
started. We
okay.
only have footage after the fight started. So we really can't take a stand.
Okay.
He may
KV
have been
Lakshmana
right,
wants
he
to
may
come
have
in
been wrong. If
on
he
the-
is cooking
KV
up,
Lakshmana, go
then
ahead.
he's absolutely wrong. If he's not cooking it, still, it still doesn't show him in favorable light, because he's extremely aggressive. There was no need for such
Yeah.
extreme aggression. He could have called the police. He could have called 112. He could have done a lot of other things
Right.
instead of beating up someone. So I'm
Fair
not
enough.
taking
KV
sides.
Lakshmana wants to
But
come in.
what I'm
KV Lakshmana,
saying is,
go
we don't
ahead.
have evidence.
Sir, more than the violence, it is his invoking the language issue that is more dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, a service personnel doing it, it's doubly dangerous. Politicians, yes, they are playing politics with language. But what happens if even civilian, disciplined soldiers get into this language issue, and he's used it to escape the fact that he had done something wrong earlier? And he was running away when the biker came, overtook him, stopped his vehicle, and started a second brawl. The chronology will be very clear from the video footages, which have time, date, and everything. And sir, my co-panelist, with the due respect to you, I do agree that we don't have every footage, but not every time there is footage. There is investigation. There are eyewitnesses reports who all say that the beating was started by the officer in question. So here in this case, the officer has painted himself and the organization he represents in such a bad light that a politician like Siddaramaiah has to wade in, because the officer in question has defamed an entire state and the entire Kannadiga community. I'm not a Kannadiga, but yes, I can see where it is coming from.